Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. Before getting into the counts itself, let's take a look at the higher time frame and RSI. So we are still within this same cycle on RSI. We have been using this trend line for quite some time, again from the thirds of third here into the thirds of fifth, as again that would be the potential higher time frame count for Bitcoin on my beliefs. But again, we can be seeing that this trend line is pretty respected. Again, latest at these tops of November highs that we had, and now we are again have been climbing up higher, but again we are kind of close to the to this trend line. If we want to be turning, or when we want to be turning more bullish, is if we are able to clear these previous tops here on RSI. At that point, again, we would be getting to almost the 75s on RSI on daily time frame. So that would still require us to have some kind of push up still here, which potentially would be the 1-2 setups or the more impulsive setups that we have on the smaller time frame. Also, where we would be finding support would be somewhere around here, and not taking the RSI back to these lows that we have here, so not less than 25. I think the 30s or 40s should be the areas, because again, generally on bear markets we are ranging from the 70s to the down, and on bull markets we would be ranging from the 30s and up. That is generally just something, especially on Bitcoin, has happened previously. So if we want to be turning more bullish, taking out these previous highs on RSI and then looking for long setups when the price have retraced here, would be definitely something that I would be doing on spot, for example. But let's take a look at the smaller time frames and what we're doing during the weekend videos, weekday videos. So overall, again, we had ideas where we had counts ending at these lows and these lows. Both of them are fine. I'm looking more towards the counts starting from here. There is of course potential where the counts which would be starting from here would be something like this, but the proportions are not really great looking, so I don't really prefer those at all. If we still want to be starting the counts from here, we could be looking at this as the first structure, then we would have this as second structure, where we would be pivoting again somewhere here and then pairing it up into this structure over here last. So we would be still creating this three-way structure, some kind of three-way structure, and then three ways down, creating this larger WXY count downwards, so we can only later get this first structure, a partner leg, going up a bit higher. So that is the idea here. Either we are doing that, or we would be doing something corrective or more bullish from here. Again, due to the extensions we have, I'm not overly bullish at this moment. I'm still on the short, well, not still, but again, yesterday from these highs, 18,299 is my entry on this short, somewhere around here. Not quite at the top, but again, we had the ideas of that impulse wave coming into an end, so definitely a worth of a short. But we'll look into that later on. But let's discuss some of the counts, these other counts first. So one of the ideas was that we had this as a three-way structure into W, three ways into X, not getting to the 32 here, and then we would be looking to create another three-way structure again, because this is a WXY and not retraced to 90%, so it's a WXY. So the expectation is a three-way structure. As this looks more of a five-way structure here, I think this would be the wave A only, and then we would be looking for wave B here, some kind of structure coming down, and then another wave structure upwards to get a partner leg basically for this wave A here. That would be ending the wave Y. We have not hit the 1-to-1 extension as of yet, so that would be something definitely we want to be seeing at some point. The symmetry is a bit off, as we see the 1-to-1 extension in time is around 17th of December of this wave W comparison to that wave Y. The wave A has taken quite a bit of time, but again, it has now at least ended before this 1-to-1, so it's all fine still. It's not larger than a higher time frame structure here, so we can still keep it as an option. Currently, we have retraced more than the 0.5 here at the moment. We have come back to this order block here, which we're going to be diving into more later on again, but have not hit the golden pocket here yet, which would be around 17.3k. So yeah, that's one count. That is definitely one possibility. I don't think this wave B is this short. I do think that we are going to get more in line to the 32 at least, which would be again that 17th of December, so Saturday. So this structure, whatever it is going to be forming, I do think that is going to be taking a bit more time. Whether it's just doing this or even some kind of structure like that, we don't know. But that is one count for sure. Then more impulsive counts, where we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We don't have overlap between first and fourth. One could be labeled at these highs as well, and we would have this as some kind of a three-way structure into these lows, and then we would not even have that overlap either. But I've got this labeled as a triangle ending at these lows, so we don't have any kind of issues with this. A wave or wave 1. A wave is my preference because again, the expectation for third wave would be so much higher, which would be around almost 20k. So again, if we are placing this as the wave B here, this would be a 1, 2, looking for third, fourth, and fifth, either there later on, where this would be the peak of that third, then looking for fourth and then fifth, or this wave 3 would be already done here, and this whole structure would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Both of them are possible. We have already retraced 50% of this third wave here, so this wave labeling is getting less and less probable. So yeah, I feel like this, the way I'm showing you now, feels more probable at this very moment. So let's just label it as such. So this would be that. Again, in here we would be getting to the 0.618 extension for this one, like so. We would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth here. And then we would be looking for this to be end of C. Again, we did not hit the 1-to-1, which is something not really that good. But again, that is something that we can't choose. 1.618, a retracement of this wave 4 here, to the right to the pivot of top of this wave 5. So definitely a valuable area there. But yeah, that is that. If we want to be continuing this structure upwards, then we would have to be shifting our bias to that previous one, which I just deleted. But if this again goes to this high here around 17.35, then we would invalidate that idea completely. We have again another moon boy count here, a more bullish one, where we have this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into third, fourth, and fifth. So this would be again third of subminuet, looking for that fourth of subminuet. Again, this is the very exact same issue that we just had, where wave 5 is now beyond the 0.5 or 50% retracement of this move. So again, it is not that likely anymore. Also, the third wave here would not get to the 1.618. So that is something definitely worth noting. I don't really like these counts because, again, until we get some kind of confluence or some kind of info of these achieving actually these targets, I'm still staying bearish. Although I'm showing you these bullish counts or potential bullish counts, I'm not turning into these unless we are hitting these 1.618 targets. Here on the smaller time frames, we had other counts where again we hit the 1.618 extensions, so we could be labeling these as some kind of impulse wave structures, right? But again, there's no real point of saying this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4 at the moment, at least in my opinion. At least it wouldn't have the most probable outcome, or it wouldn't be the most probable count, in my opinion. But that's that. Let's check out the last count that I haven't shared before. In this one, we would have this as again ABC into W, then 3 waves into X here. It would be very long of a structure here. But again, if we are looking at RSI, we have created a new low here. Even on higher time frame, wave 4 hour time frame, we did take out the previous lows here. Generally, if we take out the previous lows, it means that the end of our wave structure is not actually here, but here, especially if this is some kind of three-way structure. So that is something to keep in mind. Here we would have 3 ways into W, then here we would have 3, 3, and 5. Again, we've probably said this multiple times, but this looks definitely a 5-way structure. So this would be an ABC. We have not taken out the highs off here, so this would be a running flat in X wave. And then we would be just combining this structure over here. Again, we hit the minimum target here, basically. Let's see, actually. Let's see. 0.618. We do hit almost to the 1-to-1 as well. Not quite, but that is that. But yeah, after that point again, we would be looking to get a partner leg for this wave W, and then we would be creating this as potential wave A. In here, not the best way of looking into this structure, but again, it's still valid. Having this as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Not the best. We do have that divergence here on 1 hour, so that helps, giving us the confidence that this is okay. This has the potential of being the end of something, and then we would be looking for that wave B. At the moment, we have already retraced to the to basically the golden pocket, and yeah, soon we would be invalidating some of the previous counts that I just previously showed. But again, this definitely has potential of creating something else here. This 1-to-1 extension here would be comparing this wave B into this B wave. Again, this current A wave that we have here is quite substantially larger than this one here. However, we would be expecting the wave B to be taking a bit, pretty much the same amount of time, at least, I feel like. So that is some target to keep in mind. That would be 19th of December. 1-to-1 here would be Sunday 25th of December, which would be comparing, let's see, it would be comparing this X wave to that B wave here. So this would be the max in time basically we want B wave to go to. So somewhere between the 19th and 25th would be pretty decent area for this B wave. If we take out this low of 16.8k, then this is gone, because again, this would be the start of something as a 5-way structure. If we go below here, then this is invalidated. Pretty simple in my opinion. Let's take a look once more here into the local structures. Again, the FOMC yesterday made pretty much kind of a lot of destruction into the charts. We had the pre-FOMC dump, pre-FOMC pump, and right in that area of when we had the results basically for the interest rates, we had another dump, so creating this potential ABC structure. And then we would have, again, I'm not sure if we should even label these things. We probably should just zoom out in reality, because again, none of these structures are really good looking. This is just the way I've labeled this for now, as I haven't really gotten anything else out of it. If you think this is a 3-way structure for sure, then we would have a running flat or a WXY here. The running flat or the WXY like so is just labeled because again, this looks more of a 3-way structure than anything else. Overall, this would be to bring us a wave W in here, these lows, wave X here, and then another 3-way structure here as an A, B, and C here for that 0.618 extension right on the dot. So at that point again, we would be ending our WXY in here. Of course, if we are just zooming out a bit, we definitely see the issue that this is not really looking good as a 3-way move, but there's not really many options here. Either we are having this as some kind of as impulse way down, and we are going to be having issues with here, because again, this looks more like a 3-way structure, or something else. At the moment, I can't really do anything there. The structure from these lows definitely felt like a 3-way structure extension wise, probably a WXY, then another 3-way structure here, 3 ways here, and this drop is not really something that I was expecting. I was expecting us to get a partner leg basically for this one here downwards. I'm not sure if this is again starting to break apart. 1.618 is very close here, so if we go below the 1.618 here, we really can't say that this was the start of something here, but instead it was I don't even know, maybe a middle structure of something. Maybe it's a middle structure here, something like that, downwards. But yeah, it's not really pretty at all. I think at the moment, as it is very ugly, I feel like it needs to be just waiting this structure out and see why it goes. I had my, again, shorts around 18.299, so somewhere around here. These tops, we did not really have a good divergence on smaller time frame, but I was expecting this structure, as we were pumping into FOMC, to be taking a hit here. So this would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very ugly. I'm not going to go into too detail on the subway deviations, because again, those were so horrible looking. But that's that. I think we don't need to be going too more detail into that at the moment. But again, those are all of the options that I'm actually watching at this very moment. For Bitcoin, again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Links to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.